we always go back to these analogies of the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, man, there's so many people really good, whether it's in music, whether it's in Jordan for basketball, right? And for some reason, I don't know what makes a Tom Brady different than all the rest, right? It must be up here.
Absolutely.
It must be because he's not he was not fast.
No.
He wasn't that evasive, but maybe he was evasive in the standpoint he saw it was coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
He was reading you coming off the line. He's like, I already know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Probably
sure.
from studying foot, but it was probably up here. How's a guy go from a backup at Michigan? And I think it's probably similar to something that Jordan did in basketball. Different levels of athleticism.
Yeah.
Right? But how's he go from a backup? An injury had to happen for him to get the shot at Michigan, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then the same thing in the NFL. Drew Bledsoe goes down.
Yep.
We didn't even know Tom Brady's name. Drafted in the 6th round, I think.
Yeah.
We didn't even know.
6th round.
Didn't even know his name.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bledsoe goes down, and here he comes, and he wins a Super Bowl. I think he won a Super Bowl his first year.
I believe. Yeah, he did.
I think he did.
Yeah, he did.
And then 7 later.
Uh-huh.
How does that happen? Like, what do you do as an NFL player? You guys are sitting around talking, playing video games when you're younger, or playing cards and hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about Tom Brady that we don't know? What do you think you know?
So,
and you can put other people with him if you want,
for
a few
sure.
of the other elite.
So, in order to be, I think to be successful in general, and you can attest to this, you spoke on there's a seriousness that you have to have. But in the sports world, we like to call it a dog mentality. And sometimes people get the dog mentality mixed up with your background of like, oh, you have to come from like rough beginnings or things like that. I'm pretty sure Tom Brady's from like California, right? Like
looks
like
like
Malibu.
Looks like he was a surfer boy, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if he
absolutely.
was, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like one of the Jonas Brothers.
Yes.
But no disrespect to Jonas
little
Brothers.
taller.
Yeah, right. But Tom Brady, I think, but so my other point to that, the dog mentality, usually you have to go through something or have something happen to you in order for you to do that. And I'm sure you've seen, I think it's A Football Life that they have on NFL Network. When you watch that, and Tom was talking about how he thought he was going to have to sell insurance, that moment, I believe, is what changed him into actually being that guy when he said to Robert Kraft, hey, I'm going to be the best. This is the best decision that you ever made. So he took that feeling that he had, and every time he may have wanted to not practice, not train, not do this, he probably thought back to when I was the 6th round pick. Everybody looked over me, and that drove him to continue going. And you see that with all guys. I mean, even greats like talk about Ray Lewis. Like everyone has that work ethic type of story, where some guys talk about, oh yeah, I worked here, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But it's usually the people that say, oh yeah, I remember seeing Tom doing this, or I remember Tom doing that. I mean,
remember hearing the stories about Kobe going back to the gym, or he would know he's going on the road.
Absolutely.
And he would have his team of people. When you're that elite and you have that much money, you have a team of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I'm
Yeah.
sure you saw that with people.
Yeah, for sure.
And so he would have them look and secure gyms for him.
Mm-hmm.
Once they got to the city, everybody else is out partying and having fun.
Yeah.
And that dude's shooting.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a mentality that you call it dog, I call it's not good, I call it a killer instinct.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right?
Killer instinct.
Killer
yeah,
instinct,
yeah.
man.
It's the same thing, killer instinct. Right? Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think it takes a moment, though? Jordan probably had his moment missing being cut from the whatever high school team, freshman team.
For sure.
Do we have to have that moment?
I don't think you either. So I'll say this. I don't think you necessarily have to have that moment. But if you don't have that moment, you need to have someone preaching that to you. Everyone has a mentor or someone that guided them that way. Tom had both. He had his father and, that moment. Jordan had his father and the moment when he got cut.
Look at Mike Tyson, his boxing coach.
Yeah, like Mike Tyson's, so everyone, I think, along with that killer instinct, it has to be, we could say planted into you. It has to be planted into you as well. And then it has to be continuously driven, driven into you to do it. And then you have to have the reciprocal mentality to say, okay, well, this happened to me. I got cut. Am I going to let this just be, all right, this is life. I'm going to go on and do whatever. I'm not good enough. I'm going to accept it. Or you can say, you know what?
The dog.
Bull crap.
Yep.
I'm going to go and I'm going to prove everybody wrong.